Look what came in the mail today. DEBO'S Fishing. That's right. You guys know Debo, man. He has an incredible fishing channel. He just does some amazing stuff. He's got great content. If you've not checked out his channel for some bizarre reason, run over to his channel, DEBO'S Fishing, and subscribe right now. You won't regret it. Anywho, Debo and I are doing a tackle swap. That's right, a tackle exchange. We both ordered somewhere around $50 worth of lures, put it in a box, shipped it to each other, and we're both opening these lures on the same day. So as soon as you're done watching my video, hop over to Debo's channel and watch his video, and you'll see what I sent him after you see what he sent me. It's going to be a lot of fun. These kind of tackle swaps are always a blast. So let's crack this thing open and see what he sent me. Okay, he's already outdone me because he sent me a Tackle Warehouse t-shirt. I didn't send him any t-shirt. Pretty nice. I better put this bad boy on before I look at the rest of the lures. Sweet. I like it. It looks good. Okay, what in the world do we have here? Chase Baits Flaccid Shad in Plum. Now, you know, I really until about a year ago I had not used any chase baits, but I've been getting them in some of my monster bass boxes and some other things, and I've really started to find out how awesome chase baits is. And this flaccid shad I'm really gonna like. It says unique ribbon tail action with more flop on the drop. Let's take this thing out of the package. Check that out. See these little I don't know what you call them. These little fins, these little paddles. I mean, that's going to give you an amazing, unique fluttering action in the water. Really nice. And this plum color is very subtle. I like that too. A real subtle, natural purple. And down here in Table Rock Lake, purple is the real deal. So I'm gonna like those. Savage Gear 3D Shrimp. And this is the slow sinking model. This color is plum and chartreuse. How about that? You even get a free Savage Gear sticker in this. Interesting. I've got to admit, I've not fished with a shrimp before, so that will be something new for me, which is exciting. Oh man, I love a Ned rig. You guys know I love a Ned rig. And believe it or not, I've never fished with the Molix Stick Flex 2.75 inches. Man, a little Ned worm, and it's got a pointy tail. That will be cool. This color is called Cola. Looks like cola color. Little Coca-Cola. Let's see what it looks like out of the package. I want to feel the action of it too. Look at that thing. Doing. Yeah. That's a Ned worm. That is gonna catch him. Dude. Really excited about that little subtle pointy tail in the water. Bam. The Stick Flex. Cool. Okay, instead of just rattling through all the lures, we've got a few questions that we're going to ask each other, just to kind of get to know you questions. At the end of the video, I'm going to share with you what I think is my most favorite lure in the box and the most difficult lure to catch fish with. And then as I go through the lures here, I'm going to, we're going to hit on two questions. The first question is, what's my favorite fishing rod? And any of you that have followed my channel know that I love fishing gear, rods, reels, everything. I am a tackle junkie through and through. I have tried lots of rods in my day, and I've got a bunch of favorite rods. I don't have just one. In fact, usually when someone says, what's your favorite anything? I always say, well, it depends. It depends on the conditions. It depends on where I'm fishing. It depends on water clarity. It depends on so many different factors. But I do have a handful of rods that I always gravitate toward, that I always go to, that I just love, love, love. And let me show you what I'm going to say for this video my favorite rod is. I am a sucker for high-end rods. So this rod is high-end. The St. Croix Legend Extreme is my favorite rod. And this is partially why, this handle. This handle is amazing. But let me show you something about this rod. Wah, wah. Yeah, that's right. It's in two pieces. It's broken. This is my favorite rod. It's my go-to rod. I've used it thousands of times over the years. And St. Croix makes a great rod. But not only do they make a great rod, their warranty is off the charts amazing as well. And this rod I had a little problem with. Part of what makes this, the Legend Extreme rod, so expensive is this proprietary handle. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it takes them something like 2 days to make each handle. And it's great. I love the feel of it. I love it, just everything about it. Super ergonomic. I love this handle. But there's a problem with this handle. Do you see this? It's got a little ripple in it. Over time, what happened is, if you can see here, the reel seat separated from this, I think it's aluminum piece here. And as it did, it's messed this up. And this is a common problem that apparently that has happened with the Legend Extreme rods. So I called them up and said, hey, what can you do about this? Can this be fixed? Can it be repaired? And they said, it can be repaired, but it costs more money to repair it than it does to just replace the rod. So we will just send you a new rod. We'll replace the rod. And that's how great St. Croix is. They really stand behind their rods. There's only one caveat to them sending me a new replacement rod. They told me, you have to cut it in half. You have to destroy this rod in order for us to send you a free rod. That really sucked. Do you know how much pain, how much horror, how much agony I had to go through to cut this rod in half? It was a terrible, terrible experience. But I had to do it to get that new rod, so I did it. This particular Legend Extreme rod is a 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod. I love to use this for spinner baits. I use it for chatterbaits. I use it for all kinds of things. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal rod. I can't say enough good things about it. That by far is my favorite rod. All right, let's get back to the baits. All right, I do know all about this bait. Can't ever have enough of these. The Spro Fat John 50. This is citrus nasty. This is an excellent little square bill. It's a 3/8 of an ounce. And the reason they call it 50, it's only 50 millimeters long. Excellent crankbaits. If you've never tried Spro crankbaits and these Spro Little Johns, Fat Johns, you really ought to get you a few. They're great. Really, really like that color too. That's my kind of color. Green fish tackle. How about this? Chartreuse and white. Double. Double. You're not seeing double. It's a double buzz bait. Got 2 of them on there. 3/8 of an ounce. And these are great. I've got actually quite a few. I wouldn't say quite a few. I've got maybe 5 to 10 double-headed buzz baits. Not the Greenfish Tackle brand. I do know about Greenfish Tackle. I do have some of the other tackle. But sometimes you need a lot of commotion in the water. And the double buzz blade really is effective at certain times of the year. Very nice, and chartreuse and white's a great color. Really like that too. So here's one you've probably never seen before, and I'm really not very familiar with this either. I have a lot of Yamamoto baits. I love the Cinco. I love so many of their lures. The Zaco is one of my absolute favorites. I use it for almost all of my chatterbait trailers. But this is the, see that? Sanso'o is how you pronounce it. And the Sanso'o is Japanese for salamander. And you gotta look at this thing. We gotta take one of these out. Dude, he completely has found several lures I have never ever tried. This is crazy. So check it out. It's slender, it's wide, it's got these tentacles on it, and it's got this long, sleek, skinny tail. So it's supposed to be a salamander. And I think the way you fish this, you could probably fish it a lot of different ways, but probably the most common way is to just flip and pitch it. So that is very unique and interesting. What color is this? This is green pumpkin purple copper, and green pumpkin purple copper is one of Yamamoto's absolute best colors. I've got tons of Cincos in this color, so I'm very familiar with the color. Can't wait to try the salamander. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay, the other question we thought we would share with each other is, what's your ultimate bucket list fishing trip? Where do you want to go? And this is a little tough for me because I have been able to have the chance to go to some of my favorite places like Canada and Alaska. And I've been able to fish a lot of bass lakes that I've always wanted to try, like St. Lawrence River and Lake Champlain and the California Delta. So I've gotten a lot of chances. But one fishing trip that's on my bucket list is I want to go to South America and I want to catch those big peacock bass. I really, really want to try that. So that is probably my first bucket list fishing trip that I really, really hope I'll get to do sometime. And there's a lot of other ones out there that I could pick, that I could choose, because I've got a ton of them. But if I could only pick one, I want to go catch some of those big peacock bass. Next is a chatterbait. This is the Project Z chatterbait from Z-Man Fishing. This color is blue back herring. It's a 1/2 ounce. And the Project Z is an awesome chatterbait as well. This is not the high-end jackhammer that's, you know, like 15, 16 bucks. And it's not the low-end, chatterbait that's like $3, $4. The Project Z is in the middle. It's around $8. This blueback herring is a pretty cool color. I really like the Project Z. I've got one buddy in particular who's a big tournament fisherman, and this is his go-to chatterbait. He prefers it over the jackhammer because he doesn't like paying the big bucks for the jackhammer, and he feels like this is incredibly effective. And I've got several of these that I've fished with as well, and it is a great chatterbait. If you're looking for something kind of in the mid-price range, this is the one to check out. Nice color as well. Okay, and speaking of bladed jigs, chatterbaits, he's got another one in the box too here. This is from New Tech, and this is called the Elite Blade, 3/8 of an ounce, black and blue. I have never tried the Elite blade either. I cannot believe how many lures he sent me that I've never tried. This is amazing. So this one's a little different in that it's got a weed guard system on it that's kind of big and beefy. If you look, here's the blade, and here's the lure. And look at these. These are like plastic. Very interesting. You know, one of the things about a chatterbait that's absolutely terrible is they just don't do well around wood at all. So if you can ever find a weedless chatterbait, that's a good thing. And who knows, this thing might really be the deal. I'm going to take it out and throw it around timber and see what happens. It also appears to have more of a Shaughnessy bend hook, which you guys know I like that follow me. All of my fish tool subscription jewel baits usually have Shaughnessy bend hooks. That's definitely a unique bend. Probably not bad at all. Very, very interesting. And then, last but not least, check out what he sent me. And he wrote on here, he says, hope you find a good fish with this, or at least a Debo Dink. Debo. Now, what's unique about this? This is one of Debo's custom-made lures. That's right, he has his own lures. And if you would like to check his lures out, they are pretty sweet. Go to the website DEBOFishing.com and you will see all of his custom painted lures. This is a really cool looking lipless. This has a very nice EWG style hook on the front, and on the back it's got a round bend hook with your little willow leaf blade. Really like this color. It's a perchy color with some orange, green eyes. Kind of a orangish coppery look to it. How about that, man? That is probably the coolest looking lure in the whole box. And it's Debo's own custom lure. Really sweet. Man, I think this box was very, very impressive. Debo knows how to pick out the lures, doesn't he? Really, really cool box. I really, really enjoyed it. All right, so we were going to do a couple of questions. We're going to do the same questions at the end here. We're going to identify what we think is the best lure in the box, the most awesome, greatest, fantastic lure, and then which lure we think is going to be the hardest to catch fish on. I've got to say that my favorite lure in Debo's box is Debo's lipless crankbait. It's unique. It's compact, it's cool. I think it's going to catch fish. And I really like kind of unique, more custom-made stuff anyway. So I'm going to have to go with Debo's lipless crankbait as my favorite lure in the box. Now, which lure do I think I'm going to have the toughest time catching fish on? I think this is a hard choice for me because literally every lure he put in the box, I think I can catch fish on. But this shrimp is probably what I'm going to go with as the hardest lure to catch fish on. Like I said, I've really never fished with a shrimp before. It's easy enough to figure out. I know I'm not going to have any issues figuring it out. And I do think I'll catch fish on this, but I'm going to have to say the Savage Shrimp is probably going to be the toughest for me to catch fish on. Okay, quick rundown real quick. The chase baits, the shrimp, the Spro square bill, the Elite Stealth Blade, Project Z chatterbait, the Salamander, the Greenfish buzzbait. Oh yeah, the Molix Ned bait. And last but not least, Debo's custom crankbait, lipless. Pretty cool. Once again, if you've not checked out Debo's channel, please head over to Debo's Fishing, subscribe to his channel. Be sure you go check out the lures that I sent him. Let me know what you think about his lures. Let me know what you think about my lures. I'd love to hear them both. I'm sure he would love to hear that too. In the comments section would be great. Really appreciate you watching and supporting the channel. Please smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to DEBO'S channel. Would really be greatly appreciated. Until next time, this is Mr. Bass. Happy fishing.